I love how everybody toots up and down the Nanlugu, which is supposed to be a pedestrian street, but I don't think I've ever walked down it once without having some kind of odd tricycle mechanical. There was a guy with a motorcycle and leather with a sidecar with a little girl in it one day. So I wanted to spend a few hours this morning walking around some of the hutongs here. I have appreciated them a little bit more in the last few weeks. When I first got here and I didn't walk into the hutongs just going up Nanlugu, it's kind of, you know, China 2.0. This is 1.0 kind of stuff down the hutongs, just the first inklings of commercialism. And here it's a little more subdued and pleasant. That's the beauty of the historic. So now that I can compare and contrast this, and then, you know, over by Sandilanton Bar Street, they've got the new village, which is a department store area. You see the transition between 2.0 and 3.0. So here in Nanlugu, we're looking transition from 1.0 here in the hutongs to 2.0, and then you got the Sandilanton, it's 2.0 to 3.0. Trying to, you know, commercialization, you know. So this is Prince Zheng's mansion. Is it open? I don't know if it's actually open to the public. Part of a mansion of Mongolian Prince Korchin Zengi Rinchen, offspring of Mongolian. Korchin left school, conferred as King Shijun, second year of Daoguang reign, and the prince in the 5th year of Xianfeng reign. He combated British-French troops, Second Opium War, which is like the Arrow War. Sometimes I've seen it written down in Beijing as the Arrow War. Suppressed the peasant uprisings later. That would be the Taiping Rebellion. Died in the war against the Nian Army. Large-scale mansion built with its front gate, Chaodu Hutong, back gate, Bancheng Hutong, blah blah blah. Large building, east, middle, west parts, 200 houses. Wow. So it was a huge complex. Probably had most of this area. Led Qing troops, Mongolian cavalry, brave fight against the allied British-French forces of the Second Opium War. Descendants were living here into the Republican period. A few large quadrangles built side by side. So I don't know if it looks like a private house, which I usually don't want to go into. You know, they mentioned something. They have a little guided walk in the Lonely Planet. I think I dog-eared the page here. Where are you? No. Forbidden City. This is gonna annoy me. This is why I think it's better to have the thicker book like Lonely Planet, even though it ends up being thousands of pages. If you get the online version on your phone, if you just want to Google something real quick, you know, search it. It opens up in iBooks on your phone, and you can search for something specific, and then take screenshots if you want to hold on to it. I think you can even highlight too if you play around with the app a little bit more. I'm just frustrated on my small screen. Once I get the bigger iPhone, maybe I'll start doing. And after you familiarize yourself with the layout of the print book, it's easier to use their online book as well. They had a little guided walking tour here, the Hutong Drum Tower. I think it's in here, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did dog ear it. Former Seng Jilin Chin. Yeah, I want to know what the name of these are. Bao Gushi drumstones. That's about it. The rest is just general hutong stuff going out towards the drum towers, which are closed for renovation right now. They're redeveloping this area. These are Bao, what is it? I already forgot. Bao Gushi drumstones. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. I am debating what to do with the rest of my day, since it's already going on 11. By the time I get down to the south end of town, it'll be noon. Yeah, it's after 11. Honeymooning down by the Seng. There's some stuff I missed down here. The Hong Lu I could walk to. Then catch the number 11, I think. Down through the city. This courtyard gallery is not open for lunch. It's bullshit. It's a restaurant with modern art downstairs. The Red Theater, I think, is over here. Gotta mark that. I want to see Kung Fu tonight. They run a trip from my hostel, but if I'm already down in that area, I'm not gonna come back up here to ride back down. Tonight I want to walk down Food Street anyway, so I'm gonna hop on the 5 line to get home. Then I want to go down Ghost Street. This is the entrance to Nanlugu. Line 8's more convenient to get to from the entrance here. If you want to get to line 6, I think you're actually better off walking across the street. Pain in the ass connecting from one line to another at the connecting stations. Feel like you're walking a mile underground. Sometimes you are probably walking about a half mile up and down. Here's line 8. Some maps don't even have the stop. They call it here Shicha High. What did I mark it as? High. Should probably relabel that, huh? Because most of the maps have it as this. Cha High. Anyway. I want to get down here. The other day I went all the way down to past the South train station. We're over here. Yeah. I went down here, I think. Yeah. Majipu. Yeah, I went to Majipu. There's a city wall museum down in that area from the Liao and Jin dynasties. That's worth going to. So I guess it'll be quicker for me to walk down along the city ruins, the Ming City Wall Park. There's a nice park that runs down the street here. I want to go to Bao. The old Peking University building where Mao was a librarian. They've got his desk, supposedly. Check this little contraption out. Speaking of all the little motorized things that people use. Isn't that crazy? That's the Chinese imitation. You know how they make things like cheaper versions, but they're functional, of the Segway. Segway will cost you like, I don't know, probably 50 grand or something, you know? And that thing probably costs you like $100, $200. You have to love it. Looks like they're redeveloping this area too. That's the story of the Hutongs. That's why they kind of make such a big deal of them, because they say they're disappearing at a rapid rate, and what a shame it is. All this redevelopment along here, you know. There's the other subway entrance across the street for the same station. The nasty thing about Beijing is it's hard to cross the street because of the barriers. Like around Tiananmen Square, it's especially thorny. They've got a barrier here and a barrier on the other side, and you got to go underneath and through security to get to like one side of the street to another. It's a real hassle. It's not a friendly walking city. Or if you're disabled, I can't imagine how you would get around Beijing without hiring a taxi. It would be a nightmare. See, here's another entrance. I think if you want to go down to line 6, you probably should just enter here rather than walking a mile underground.